If you have a child who always asks you to play with them, and it is the sweetest and it is so loving, and you feel terribly guilty every time you have to say no or every time you do say no, I want to help you reframe this understanding of the critical needs of play and how we want to show up for our kids in these moments and how we want to work through some of the internal struggles that come up. So first and foremost, I am a big believer in play being a critical part of a child's day, but not always play with an adult. I already think there are too many adult-centered activities that take place in the world of kids these days, and I don't think there is enough time for just independent, free, open-ended play, which helps children develop so many beautiful skills like creativity, enhanced language skills. It fosters more sustained attention. They're able to think more critically. They have better problem-solving skills. I mean, the list goes on and on. Why do you say it has to be independent or open-ended? The reason being is because you know this yourself, but when you play with your child, what inevitably happens? The minute you come up against some kind of a roadblock or a challenge, you can't build the tower the way that they had wanted to, they turn to you to fix it. They turn to you to make it better. And when you don't, let's say now you're going to practice a little bit of like, well, I need you to try to figure that out instead of asking me, they become upset. They start to cry, then you have a power struggle on your hands, and now you grow frustrated because you're already tired and now you've been playing with them for the last 20 minutes. So essentially what I'm getting at is that the child will lean on you. It shifts the dynamic when you are there. When you are not there, they will inevitably work through some of that struggle. They will come up with a creative solution. They might abandon a task, and that's okay, and they might decide that they want to start playing with something else, and they might cultivate a whole new set of play skills within a different context. But if you are there managing it, and even if you're not managing it, they will constantly want to lean on you. So instead, when your child asks you to play, I'm not saying to always say no. I'm just saying that you have to carve out moments throughout the day where they have independent, open-ended, free play without you. And don't feel guilty. In fact, if you are always saying yes and playing with them, you should feel like, oh, every time I do that, I'm taking away this opportunity for them to gain the skills that they really need in a healthy way. They learn those in a healthy way through play. When we're always involved, we just remove that opportunity and we actually do a disservice. So instead, this is a really good opportunity to think about needs versus wants. My child needs this time to cultivate these really important developmental skills. Their want is to be with me. I love that and I get that. And my want is to also be with them and to not feel bad. But at the same time, I have to really make sure I'm meeting their developmental and emotional needs. So I'm going to step away and allow for them to feel bored. I'm going to allow for them to work through the challenge of creating something. I'm going to allow for them to figure out how to play on their own while I sit back and tolerate this discomfort that's coming up in me and remind myself that in an effort to meet their needs, I am showing up in the way that they need.